Hi guys. So I'm doing my review on the most recent episode of Supernatural, Atomic Monsters. Oh my god! Like, what the actual hell? Them first 5 minutes were outstanding. Like, what? I did not see that coming or expect it. Like, kudos for Jensen on the directing that episode. Them camera angles were slick. Amazing action shots there. He John Wicked it. I was like, ooh, I like this. And then we saw Benny again. I was like, oh, Benny! I've missed Benny. Even if it was only a small cameo, it was still nice to see him back. But then I was pissed in Supernatural because then they killed him again. I was like, whoa, no! That's the really reason you brought him back, was to kill him. Brutal. Supernatural is brutal. I was like, I loved all them, the red as well, like a red effect in the vision, like because of Sam's dream. At first I was like, this can't be real. No, this is not real. This is not happening. I'm like, no, it's to do with the Equalizer, and that's his link to God because of the bullet wound he got. So that's a lot to play in this. But it was cool to see Demon Sam again. I was like, oh my god, we've not touched that storyline for like 10 years now. It's like, oh, he's made a comeback. But oh my, when he snapped Dean's neck, I was like, no, shit. I was like, what? And then Sam woke up and he was out of his dream. I was like, and he was like freaking out. I'm not surprised, because how is he going to explain that to Dean? He's saying, I saw an alternative reality where I succumbed to my demon blood addiction, and I went, oh, Darth Vader, and then I basically killed you. I snapped your neck. And then Benny was there, and then I killed Benny. It's like, and some other guys as well. I'm like, that's going to be difficult to explain to him. But because of how Sam is, he's a strong type, silent type. He doesn't talk to Dean about his problems. It's going to become an issue. He needs to, though. So this is what annoys me about the writers. As much as I love Dean, I'm a Dean girl through and through, and I love him. I do love Sam too. But there's not been much focus on Sam's PTSD and a storyline. It's all been shifted on Dean past few seasons. I'm like, we need to see Sam break down or cry on like his trauma, because he's been through some crap over the past 14 years, and you don't really see it. So Supernatural writers, please explore Sam's PTSD and let him be able to break down in front of his brother and Dean comfort him, because he needs that. He's bottled it all up inside for so long, he's not been able to lash out. But you could tell at the end of the episode that he was really trying not worry Dean, like what he'd seen in his dream. He's not explained what he's seen. I don't even know if Sam knows about his link to God, really, what it means. Yeah. Like, us fans don't know what the hell it means. I'm just as confused as everyone else. But yeah, I loved how Jensen directed it, and then he got the brotherly moments in there as well, which was really nice to see. And also a classic Monster of the Week episode, just the boys hunting, like in the simple old days. It was so nice and refreshing to see, because they've not done that in so long. It felt like really back to basics, season 1. I was like, yes, I love this episode for doing that. So that's one of the pros. Obviously, one of the cons for me was not enough emphasis on Sam's PTSD and him telling Dean about the horrible nightmare he had. I hope the writers explore this in future episodes. We shall see. God's a dick. He really is. I just thought, oh, he's gonna redeem himself. He's gonna see the light and be like, oh yeah, I know what I'm doing is wrong. No, he didn't. He went off Thanos on us, snapping his fingers and everyone going to dust. Becky, it was nice seeing Becky back though. You could tell she'd really matured and grown as a person since season 7, which is like, holy crapples. That was like 8 years ago since we last saw her. So it's like, wow. She has a family now and a husband. And then Chuck, the dickhead, vanished him. It's because she wasn't happy with how he ended the story. Manchester Brothers. Well, the fans won't be happy. I agree with Becky. They're gonna roast you alive, Chuck, if that's your ending. They really will. So I hope the boys change this ending and they kick it in the ass and they bring Chuck down somehow. I don't know how they're gonna do it because he's God. I'm like, how are they gonna overpower God unless they have Billy and Jack helping them? I think they'll come back obviously at some point and then they'll help them. When a question of when that is, I don't know when that will be yet. I don't know if the writers are waiting to bring Jack at the last minute in the final episode, or maybe like 4 episodes until the end, because that storyline needs to be wrapped up as well. What Jack's part's going to play in the final ever episode with Billy, because obviously Jack's important. That's because he's seen as a threat to God, so that's why he got rid of him. That's why he killed him. So, because if Jack was still there, then he would have overthrown God's plan to be a massive a-hole and then write this story how he wanted to and be very, like, just a psycho. Because he is. He did show his true colours to Becky and stuff. So, yeah. But I did like the storyline and the case the brothers went on, the vampire case. That was really cool. Yes, it was very cheesy, but I like cheese, so it's a win for me. I did feel sorry for the boy though. It's not his fault he turned to a vampire. He didn't want that life. And I get why his parents were protecting him, but at the same time, it was a bit nutty, the lengths they went to. Basically, the dad kidnapping that teenage girl and then her being their son's blood bank. I was like, no, that's not the way you go about it. Dragging just a teenage girl from the street and then using her as your son's blood bank to satisfy his blood cravings because he's now a vampire. No, your son wouldn't be happy with that. But it was really sad when they killed him. I was like, oh no. Because he was innocent, then obviously he wasn't innocent because he turned into a vampire. So in that case, he isn't, because he would have gone on to like hurt and kill more people. So it's good Sam and Dean. Sadly, it is sad, but it's good they stopped him when he did, because he wouldn't be able to control his urges. So he would have been the hunted anyway. So, but I'm just saying, like, because when Chuck said like you can see on a headstone Winchester, I'm like, oh, you're going there. That better not come true. Come on, Sam and Dean. Rewrite that story. Rewrite the ending. I don't want to see one of them die. But if they have to die, I hope it's better that they die together than one of them, and then one of them lives without the other. Because remember, we've seen how that's turned out, and met in a few seasons, and it did not end well. So, yeah. Any sympathy I had for Chuck's just gone like that now. I don't have any sympathy for him. He's a douchebag. I understand why Amara's just kind of like, you know what? This is your own problem now. You sort it out. You clean up your mess. I've had enough. I'm not going to be drawn into your sick, evil fantasy you've got to write for your ending of your story. She wants out. So yeah, I do understand why she's done that. It's kind of her getting one up on Chuck as well for him locking her up and seeking her seem as the bad guy in all this. In season 11, well, she was paying out to be the bad guy in season 11. Yeah. I think if I rewatched season 11, I'd see it more from her perspective now. Because Chuck was paying himself, oh, I'm all the benevolent God. I'm like, no, you're not. It's just a cover up all along. And I think this was his plan all along, to be honest. Wanting to kill one of the Winchesters and then him just kind of rewriting the will how he wants it. So, question is, which Winchester? I think it's Dean. I really do, because if what Sam saw in his dream was actually the ending to his story, that was a reality, I think it was Dean. I think he wants that to become reality. But us fans cannot let that become reality in the show. So I hope the boys overthrow him. And that does not become Dean's ending, because that's what Sam's dreamt. And he can't really tell his brother, like, oh, this is how you die. I kill you. It's like a Cain and Abel in reverse. But that makes so much sense now, because in season 10, it's referenced Cain and Abel. When Dean had the mark of Cain, and then Cain was talking to him, like, this is how your story begins, that's how mine ended. It's like, how yours ended is you killing your brother. But they're reversing it, where Sam's going to be, obviously, because from his dream, Sam's the one that kills him. It's Demon Blood Sam. Yes, it is Sam, but it's not normal Sam. It's not Sam we're used to. It's Demon Blood Sam, which is different, because he gave into his urges and he didn't care, and he went to go and kill loads of people we know, like Jodie and Bobby. Like our Sam would never do that unless pushed, unless something drove him to take up drinking demon blood again. Thanks to differ, doesn't it? But yeah, I hope Sam and Dean catch on to what Chuck's planning, though, because they're like puppets in this story. Because the little Sam and Dean bobbleheads at the end, like wobbling, that's an indication of him having control over them and every other person in his sick story. I don't like it. Chuck, I don't like you doing this. No, this will not be the ending. Because if it is, I'll march down to the set in Vancouver, to the writers, and demand them to change the ending. Because I won't be happy with that ending. I'm telling you now. As a true Supernatural fan who's followed it for many years, pretty much since the beginning, no, it is not ending that way. So yes, I get why there was a lack of mention of Cass in the episode, because it was just focused on Sam and Dean, like seasons 1 and 2. But I would have been nice if there was some mention of him. Maybe there is in the next episode or episode after. He's in episode 6, because I looked it up on IMDb, so he's back for episode 6 as well, reuniting with the boys. So obviously they got to mention him then, which I hope Sam and Dean make up by that time, because the end of episode 3, but I'm still bitter about it. It left me bitter. I didn't like how they ended that. I get it's the last season and they're using the shock value with fans. That's why they've done it, because I'm like, oh yeah, Dean would never be like this with Cass usually. Never blamed him for his for Mary's death and for Jack losing control of his powers. But it's like, Dean, I love you, but stop. No, don't be a toxic a-hole. Man up. Admit you were wrong. And apologise to Cass, because you just effed everything he'd done for you and Sam over the years, and how he stuck by you, being one of your close family members, and you say that to him. No. That is not on. So you apologise to him next time you see him, and you mean it. Because I don't want an argument between them two again like that. That's horrific to watch. My heart broke for Cass. I was like, no, I want a nice Dean and Cass moment. I don't want a toxic, heart-wrenching one like that. It's just sad because he felt like he couldn't be worthy in Dean's eyes anymore. Like, he thinks he's done everything wrong, which is really sad because he's done a lot for Dean. Obviously Sam as well, but them two are the closest with bond with each other. But Dean's really a hypocrite because he's done some shady stuff as well in the past seasons. So, you know, Cass could have brought up the time in season 10, episode 22, when he beat the crap out of him. But he didn't, because he's a compassionate, true friend. And he didn't want Dean to become a monster, so that's why he took the beating. He could have brought up that time, like, oh, remember the time you beat the crap out of me? Look who became the monster there. He could have easily blamed him for that, but he didn't. He took the high road there. I just think Dean needs to be less harsh on Cass, because he's taking the brunt for everything at the moment that's been going on. It's just, I do get Dean's lashing out because he's lost his mum, and then he's lost Jack as well. And then he's blaming Cass because he should have kept a closer eye on him as a father figure to Jack to make sure he didn't go down the evil road. Jack thought he was doing right, but there were not great intentions. So yeah, but I'm interested to see where else the writers are going to take this season. So in regards to Sam and Chuck, I'll just go back to them too, like their connection with the Equalizer, because they're going to try reading Sam's shoulder. Does this mean Sam can see into all of Chuck's plans, like what he's writing? And then with that intel, Sam can see that. And then he's got one up on Chuck. And then he can tell Dean and Cass what's going on. So they know what's coming to overthrow him and stop him, and then get other backup involved. That could be one way of seeing it. I don't know, do you think Chuck did it intentionally so Sam could see what he was planning? Or do you think he has no idea Sam knows? I don't know, that's what's confusing me here. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. Also, Becky did not deserve to go like that. That was just cruel. You bring her back, writers, and poof, she goes. She could have proved useful to the Sam and Dean, though. Unless she's not dead, because Chuck said about Becky's family, oh, they're just away, they're not dead. But then with Chuck, you don't bloody know, because like, he's the evil grin, you're like, oh shit, he could be lying. But then he could be doing a Thanos and then he's just scattered them anywhere and they're not actually dead. They're just temporarily stranded somewhere. And he's stranding them until he gets further use for him again. I don't know. Supernatural you're stressing me out. Stressing other fans out as well with this. Oh no. This is very stressful. I'm trying to think what else they're gonna do, because I hope Sam doesn't go like that, doesn't succumb to demon blood again, and then that reality becoming true, what he saw in his dream. I think they're gonna overthrow it and then say, no, this is we believe in our fate, and then this isn't us. So we're gonna prove Chuck wrong, and then rewrite his stories. I think that's what they're gonna try and do. Well, I hope so anyway. I don't know. I've seen loads of theories, like where Sam becomes the Shadow. It's not too far-fetched. I mean, that it could explain things. Like Sam might have to die first in order to become the Shadow that's in the empty. And then he's going to overthrow Chuck with Amara's help and Michael, because obviously Michael's coming back. Original Michael. And Sam and Dean and Jodie, Bobby, Jack, obviously, when he's back, and Billy. But then if he becomes the Shadow, would he become evil? And then would he be stuck in the empty forever? Oh no, they better not end it like that. If Sam's stuck in the empty, instead of Cascos, I will cry. Well, I want to cry. However they want to end this show, I want to cry anyway. Like a baby, so. Because it said when. But then something must ignite Sam, though. Because unless Dean does die, and then Sam does go a bit dark, oh no. That might be the trigger, unless Dean dies and then Sam becomes dark, then kills Chuck. And both of them, like, their bond is severed. And then the Equalizer dies with them. Oh no, that'd be awful if that happens. I've seen fans saying Jack would become the new god. I think that'd be cool if that happened, to be honest. Because that would redeem his character from season 14, when he went down a bit of a wrong path. I think he'd make a good god. Because he's got a good heart. He's just made some really wrong choices, like Sam did in season 4, so they're very similar in that way. He wants to prove himself he's not a monster, he wants to be redeemed. So, yeah. I think because obviously in order to become a new god, you, like, same with Billy with Death, you'd have to kill the present god, and then you'd get a promotion like Billy did with Death being a Reaper to Death. That could happen. And then Jack could could erase everything Chuck ever wrote in this season. And then Jack could reset Jack could reset everything that Chuck put into motion in his writing about Sam and Dean in the Winchester Times. And then the guys get their peaceful exit or life they've wanted. Don't need to be peaceful though, is it? As much as they want it, they're both gonna have to die, aren't they? Which I bought my eyes out because I really want a happy ending from both, but this is Supernatural. You know what the writing's gonna be like. I don't see that happening. Unless they do expect that's what we want, what we think is gonna happen, and then they make a twist where actually, oh yeah, they get the happy ending. It's like, oh, they've got their happy ending after all. they're both alive. They've survived. They're not dead. That could happen. They could ride from the sunset into the sunset, and then it could take off. Sorry, with them training new hunters in training. I don't know. Would that be a bit lame though as an ending? I don't. Maybe. Or would it just be better with it just ending like having the brothers reunite with the family? It could. But I don't want an ending where it's all been in their head all along and it's all been made up. Because I'll be like, no, that'd be a cop-out ending. Unless Chuck's made it up. Oh no, unless they go down the route where Chuck's in a mental asylum and this has all been, and then all the stuff he's done has been in his head. Oh, and he's made everything up. But then Sam and Dean won't be real. Oh no. I think that'd be a really weird ending. No. But yeah, we got a while off that yet, so it might not end like that anyway. Just hope it's a good ending, because don't do a Game of Thrones, because that ending was very crap. We don't want an ending like that. Take note writers. Yeah. Obviously, the next episode looks a bit more comedic. So that would be nice to have change from the angst. Yeah. And there's an episode coming up with Christian Kane as well. I don't know if you guys know him. He was an Angel. Played Lindsay. A bit of a throwback there. Yeah, Angel's great. Miss Angel. Yeah, he says he has a wild night with Christian Kane's character. He's an old friend. Yeah. I know that's a kind of filler episode though, because Dane's taking a break from hunting things recently. I'm like, but isn't that quitting? Sam's not taking a break. It's like, oh, I don't know. Has he not learned anything from season 14? Episode 12, when Sam did that heartfelt speech saying it's quitting. Unless he's just doing it for that episode. If it's just that episode, that's fine. But they better not drag that out, because he needs to do it back with Sam then, to figure out how the hell they're going to stop God. Yeah. I'm just thinking, is Mara going to make an appearance again? She must do. They can't have just left her like that. Like her walking out like that, because her cameo is very short. It's like, I didn't expect that really. She must align with the brothers at some point. She can't stay out of it forever. So I think she'll reunite with him and stop and bring God down. I just think that's a bit of a coward's way out if she doesn't even try and help them. Also, with Adam and Michael, how they're going to handle that. Because Adam's been down in hell since season 5, so because obviously hell time is different, it works differently. So I've been trapped in a cage for like 1,000 years. Oh, he's gonna be pissed when he gets out. Don't really blame the guy. He's like been the forgotten brother, so everyone's like forgotten him. It's like, will he remember Sam and Dean though? That's a question as well. Would he have forgotten them? Maybe he's forgotten them. Because Sam and Dean have never brought him up since season 5, so they must have forgotten him. If they remembered him, they would have said. Wouldn't it be re-trigger memories and then remembering him when they see him? Must do. I hope he's in more than one episode though, because I'm like, if they kill him, oh my god. It's like, you bring him back and you kill him again. No. I want him to play a bigger part in the last season. Come on, guys. Pull out the stops. Who else are they going to bring back? Do you think they're bringing Joe and Ellen back as well? It would make sense because they've got another version of Bobby, so from another reality. So I think that's possible. Be cool to see him back though, and Ash. Oh, Ash. That would be nice. You'd think because it's last season they would do it, definitely. I don't know if we'll see Benny again then, because that was another multiverse, wasn't it? Reality. So they can't bring back the Benny from their world, because they brought Kevin back only because he was trapped and he wasn't in heaven, because God's an absolute horrible being. Cast him to hell. To deserve hell. Kevin's the gentle soul. Deserve the best. Yeah. Oh, my head's splitting and confused where they're going with this season. Yeah. Many possibilities. What do you guys think? What are your theories so far about Sam and God? What about their link? Do you think one has to kill the other? Or do you think they have to become one? Do you think Sam will pick up some of God's traits and him going a bit evil himself? Do you think Dean will have to stop him? Or do you think Sam will have to die in order for him to get rid of the part of him of the eclipse stuck in his shoulder? Might have to. Well, hopefully not, but you never know. I would like to see a bit more badass Cass, like old school season 4, because that'd be great to see again. Because I've really missed that I've missed that Cass. It's like he's been walked on for so long and treated like a doormat by other people. It's like, no, put your foot down, Cass. Stand up for yourself again. I think he should. He deserves it. He's a nice character. So Billy, do you think John will come back somehow? But then they brought him back for season 13, so I don't know if they'll bring him back again. Would it make sense to bring him back? To link him in with the story? Maybe. But if they don't, I would like them to address how he found out about Sam, about his powers, because that was never explained in the series and any of the series. It's like season 1, he happens to know that Sam had abilities. I'm like, no, you just know like that. Someone must have told you. Even if it was Missouri, I'm like, how did she find this out? Well, I know she's psychic. She was psychic, but like when did she tell him? And then it's kind of like, yeah, it's like Sam kind of has a right to know as well, like how his dad found out about his psychic abilities, and Dean as well, because Dean was like pretty much left in the dark. He didn't know about it for a while, so it's like, what'd you do? Also, they need to tie loose up ends with, did John ever know about Mary's deal with the Eli demon? Maybe that's why the marriage was strained. It would explain it if he did know. Somehow he found that out. He must have found that out. Missouri might have known. She might have told him. So that would be nice to be that loose end to be tied up, because that's always bothered me. As well with John finding out about how I found about Sam's abilities in seasons 1 and 2. It's like, how did you know that though? It doesn't come out of thin air. So I think all the loose ends they've not explained. They need to touch upon Dean's trauma more with Michael, because that was just like resolved in a few episodes. It's like, no, I have PTSD. Why is this not being explained properly? Because you saw how Nick was from Lucifer. They did that for him, but why didn't they do it for Dean? Because he promised him he wouldn't be a drooling mess. Well, the old Michael said that, but the alternate Apocalypse Michael said, "I won't leave him as blood and bones." It's like, but Dean's gonna have that stuck in his head for a long time. It's like, I mean, it's not something you just get over. Also, I don't know, with Sam seeing Lucifer's true face, like he's explained it to Rena as well. Obviously, we've seen his true face now, so it's like, okay, that's kind of been resolved, but it would have been nice to have like a flashback of him seeing that. Alright, if you could put that in, that'd be quite good as well to see. Maybe. Gabriel. This is a plot hole that's bothering me. Writers need to confirm this for once and for all. Is he actually dead? A lot of fans, some fans are saying he's not dead. But then we saw, I don't know about that, because we saw wings burn when Apocalypse Michael killed him. Supposedly killed him. But then the first time they say, oh, he died, and he came back. But that was through the trickster, though, wasn't it? So he couldn't create that illusion again. I personally think he's not dead. I think he went to the empty, like Cass did. Because it's very, very suspicious. While that it wasn't brought up again. So yeah, we did see his body, but that doesn't mean he's dead, because we saw that with Lucifer, and his vessel survives. So it's like, I don't think they'll go the same way with Gabriel like they did with Lucifer. Because obviously he's got that's someone with Gabriel. That's not someone's vessel, though, is it? That's him. So unless it is, I think he's in the empty and he's waiting to get out. I hope that's what I want to believe anyway. I don't want him permanently dead. I want him back again in Team Free Will. So let's hope he's in the empty, and then Jack sees him in the empty, and then he releases him. But I think but then if Jack's already in the empty now, he must have seen him, because then Billy was with him. So that would make sense. Oh, I'm getting confuzzled here now. Yeah, but if nice to see Gabriel again, if they can get him back. If not, then I just have to accept he's dead. Which will suck. Yeah. Mary. See, would it make sense to bring Mary back again? Because then they killed her, didn't they? Last season. So then for the final season, it will make sense to bring her back again. Unless they do, but then the boys see her in heaven. If they go to heaven and they die, that's the only way, I think. And same with the dad. And everyone else, like Ash, Ellen, Joe. Unless they're permanently brought back, but I don't know. They might not be. There's a lot going on. And then a few people mentioned Bella as well. Like, is Bella going to come back? I think it'd be quite cool if they could bring her back. I'm not counting my bets on it, but would be cool. Also, with all the monsters and spirit schools that Chuck's unleashed from like their old hunts. Do you think any demons are going to come back that they faced? Like Ruby? Oh, that would be interesting if Ruby was brought back from when Dean killed her. Like, oh, yeah. That'd be very, be no love lost between her, Dean and Sam, though, if they would bring her back. Maybe just like for an episode, I don't know. Could pan out. And then I hope they bring Garth back, because I loved Garth. Oh, is this the end? Well, we've got getting the original Michael back, aren't we now? So it's the end of the Apocalypse Michael. Because we saw Jack kill him and then him destroy his spirits. That means, yeah, he's pretty dead. So I don't think we'll see him turn. Yeah. I can't think of anything else right now. What else I need to wrap up? What other characters I want to bring out? What else I want to see in the final season? But yeah, overall, amazing episode. Very back to basics. Season 1, classic monster of the week. I loved it because the first 2 episodes were a bit of a letdown for me. I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't really overly impressed with them. I just think they're very slow burners. Episode 3 was brilliant though. That was back on form for them. So yeah, Jensen, amazing directing. Again, can't fault your directing at all. It's phenomenal. I loved what you did at Weekend and Bobby. So this was your last great directing debut on the show. Oh, it's sad saying last. But yeah, there's a lot more pros for this episode than there was cons, so that's good. That's progress. But I'm really excited for next week's episode and what's going to be included in that one and what that'll bring. So it looks a lot more lighthearted, so that's nice because there's been a little bit too much angst and drama at the moment. I do love angst and drama in the show, don't get me wrong, but it's nice to have the lighter episodes to take away from that. So yeah, if you liked this review, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to my channel, Yasmin Knowles, and I will do a review of episode 5 when I see it next Friday. Also, if you've got any theories going around, then don't forget to post them on my videos on the comments below. And this has been Yasmin Knowles. I hope you like this review, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the season like I will, as well as hating it, crying, pulling my hair out with stress. But that's all, guys. See you next time. Bye.